Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and this is my review for Atlas.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy. Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews. Angry Andy Reviews.
Don't make me destroy you.
So, Atlas, starring Jennifer Lopez, is a new Netflix sci-fi movie, and with those words, you should be very afraid. Not of Jennifer Lopez, I'll be fair to her in this film, she gives everything. She is gamefully adept at every single portion of this film. Just everything around her is terrible, including the script, the effects, the visual aesthetics, the story. My God, this is the lowest of the low for all of that and more. The film is about Atlas Shepard, Jennifer Lopez's character in this film. She is an analyst of some sort, a technological analyst, with a massive distrust of AI, and it's going to be no surprise why that is. Spoilers from here on out. She is searching for an AI fugitive terrorist that's somehow inhabiting a body of a man. We don't really go into much more details of this. They're sentient AI people, and this AI intelligence led a rebellion that resulted in the deaths of 3 million people before fucking off to outer space, believe it or not, and never to be seen again for a whole 28 years. What the ramifications beyond the 3 million people being killed, I have no idea, because planet Earth looks fucking lovely, despite the fact that 3 million people were eradicated by an AI intelligence. It's ludicrous. From top to bottom, it's absolutely ludicrous. They discover where he is, and they send a mission out to Andromeda fucking Galaxy, of all places, to hunt him down. Why Andromeda Galaxy? What is going on? There's no rhyme or reason for anything. They just do. They just go. I mean, what fundamental problems is he causing? Fuck knows. There's just some remnants of AI terrorists on Earth causing fucking havoc that they seem to be managing quite well by all accounts. Like I said, the world looks peaceful and lovely. Nobody gives a shit. But for some reason they have to go and do this fucking thing. And she insists that she goes along with them on this journey and comes across this new found mech sort of suit design, this shell, where an AI intelligence is the fundamental basis of this mech suit, where they utilize a device which links the neural pathways of each of them so that they can function as an almighty powerful force. Yes, you can see where the film is going from here. She has a massive distrust of these mech suits, this design, this neural interface, this neural link. It all becomes abundantly clear. And of course, what happens? Well, they get ambushed, don't they? Because of course they fucking would. They travel to the Andromeda Galaxy, where this guy has been for 28 years, and assume that he won't have anything in the way of defences. Lo and behold, as soon as they arrive, they get destroyed out of the sky, and she is left to fend for herself on this uncharted, unknown world, trying to find a way to get off planet and survive. Of course, she comes across the villain in this film, played by Simu Liu. Forgive me if I pronounced that name wrong. You will remember him from Shang-Chi, the movie, from Marvel. And alas, they come to blows towards the end of the film. This film is 120 minutes of absolute stretched out nonsense. I'm going to be as blunt as I possibly can. I cannot recommend this film in any way, shape or form beyond the performance of Jennifer Lopez. I will give her credit where credit is due. I've never really rated her in that regard. She's obviously a very lovely person, but but let's get to brass tacks. This film is fucking dire. It is awful. It is bargain basement. You will find it in a trash bag bin. You'll find it on sale at a charity shop if this was to be released as a DVD. It would be You go into CEX. If this was a film in CEX or whatever the American equivalent is of picking up DVDs from a secondhand store, there would be 17 of them. That's the kind of film this is. It is low effort, low budget nonsense that somehow cost $100 million. What on earth are they spending money on with films like this? How are they doing it? The effects don't look that good. The story is crap. The writing must have been, hilariously, from a GPT AI system, because there's no way anyone human wrote this crap. And if they did, you are paying them far too much money. It's hilariously bad in places. It rips off multiple sci-fi films. I lost count of the amount of things I'd seen in other sci-fi films. Egregiously, Aliens being one of them. There is a sequence in the early portion of this film where all the soldiers are around listening into a briefing, just like in Aliens, and she comes in, Jennifer Lopez comes in, her character Atlas, and she lambasts every single one of them, telling them what he's like, what he's about, what he's going to do to them, and how unprepared they are. I remember Sigourney Weaver doing the same thing as Ripley in Aliens, while they're all laughing and joking. There is even, it's almost carbon copy it's set up. Everybody sat down, there's a lieutenant listening in, all this kind of jargon. The lieutenant's the only one that's kind of paying attention, but really not, because you can tell he's got his own motivations that we never really get round to. And then later on in the film, there is a shot. I swear to God, the only thing that's missing is the line of dialogue. The camera zooms into her, and she says, "Let's go, bitch," while she's in this mech suit. It's literally a carbon copy shot of "Stay away from her, you bitch," or "Get away from her, you bitch," whichever side it is. I can never remember, because Scream 2 ruined that quote for me, because I can never remember which one it actually is, because they said the quote wrong in Scream 2. Check it out. It's actually in there. It's part of the trivia for Scream 2.
Aliens is a classic, okay? Get away from her, you bitch. I believe the line is "Stay away from her, you bitch." It's film class, right?
But this film just rips off everything. It rips off Titanfall, the video game. Like I said, it rips off Aliens. It rips off Terminator. It rips off everything. It's ludicrous. And yet, in amongst all this bluster, and there's a lot of bluster, there's a lot of carnage and mayhem, which may look good to an untrained eye, but when you get right through all of it, it's just bluster and noise and nonsense. And I'm not talking about creative noise and bluster and nonsense. There's a way to do all this and have it have meaningful impact. This film does fucking none of it. The twist, if you want to call it a twist, the plot inevitability is so obvious, it's painful when it gets to the scene where they tell you exactly what you already know, and because you can see it coming a mile away. The surprise is not a surprise, it's a chore. This film is an absolute chore to get through. It's 120 minutes of plain and simple jargon bollocks. I've got to tell you, it is as simple as that. And if it seems like I'm being a bit too harsh and overcritical, no, I'm really not. I'm genuinely telling you, I was bored with this film. The effects don't match the stakes. There's so much going on, and yet it doesn't fit, because you've not earned anything that you're doing with these characters. There's loads of emotional moments in there. There's loads of moments where she's trying to adapt to this AI called Smith in this mech suit. And if they'd slowed down and focused just a little bit maybe more on that, and really delved into, her relationship with this AI, and let him in, let him explore her, let her explore him a little bit more, then maybe you would have had something that resembles competent writing, competent dialogue, anything at all. But no, we don't. We just have terror and rubbish and god-awfulness that just drags on for far too long. The final battle between herself and this terrorist AI Harlan Shepherd. I mean, it says it right there in the credits, in the cast list, Harlan Shepherd, so you know where it's going before you even fucking start the film. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The final battle is just typical superhero movie villain, throwaway villain versus throwaway superhero. Nothing is achieved, nothing is earned. It ends as wafer thinly as it begins. I don't really know what to say with this film, to be quite honest. It's a old-fashioned tropey film. Oh, man's afraid of technology. Man's afraid of AI. And when you think about it in terms of her learning to embrace AI come the end of it, and then you think, well, hang on a minute. In real world terms, people are struggling with the concept of AI because it's potentially going to actively take people's jobs away from them, or it's creating fake news and false advertising that is leading people down the wrong path, or telling people they should be doing something when really we shouldn't. This film is completely out of touch already, which is baffling considering it's been released now. If this film was released 20 years ago, maybe it would have made sense in terms of that and how we come, to AI now. But no, because this film is released now and it's telling you to embrace AI and be happy about it. Oh dear, Mr. Netflix, I think your algorithm has created a movie for you because it doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous, and that's why it's so plainly obvious that this is an algorithm-based design of a movie. There is nothing humanly creative about this film. They just pumped a load of ideas into a fucking system, and the system said create this because everybody loved Titanfall, everybody loves Aliens, everybody loves Terminator, everybody loves mechs, everybody loves on and on and on. And what it churned now is just this big cat furball of shit onto your screen for 2 hours. And if you're game enough to sit through it all like I was, bless your heart. Because Christ almighty, I cannot recommend this film at all. I have to give this film a solid 2 out of 10. And it gets that one beef up from a 1 out of 10 because Jennifer Lopez, like I said, fair play to her. She just gets stuck in. She gets right into it. She believes in it. I'm just sorry, Jennifer Lopez, that the rest of the film around you is an absolute mess. But there we go. There we go. A 2 out of 10. What a waste of time. And at a period of time when cinemas are struggling, and then we get this shit on our home screens. Where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? Because this is easy. It's just easy to consume, isn't it? Just put it on the background and there it is. It's done. And then we've got major release films going out, like The Fall Guy, and they're just not doing very well. What's going on? Let me know your thoughts. Sound off in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this film, like it, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Why did you like this film? I'm genuinely intrigued. I always am. It's not a singular thought process. It's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on this film. And like I said, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this. But for now, bye-bye.